Happy lunch hour, gang. Okay. How many times do you think in your life you've ever been the victim of theft? Once, twice, 10 times? You're probably the victim of theft a couple of times a week, and you don't even know it. Okay. We all know that the government will take our money by any means necessary, right? What we don't see is how we voluntarily give it to them. I'm not talking about taxes, okay? But how we voluntarily give it to them and think it's a good thing, okay? I'll give you a couple of examples, okay? This week, we saw the case in California where the high school kid won $100,000 settlement from the school district because they were allowing her to pretend to be a boy during school without telling her mother. Her mother found out and sued the school district. And the court awarded her $100,000. Cool for the kid, right? Half of the kid's college is now paid for. The problem is, do you realize who pays for that? You and me. We had nothing to do with it, but we all got sued. Okay? Simple reason. The school board members aren't the ones that pay. The teachers aren't the ones that pay. The administrators aren't the ones that have to write the check. It's paid for out of your property taxes. This is the school's budget. The school has to come up with $100,000. Okay, so what does that mean? Either we raise property taxes to pay off that $100,000 bill, or we cut the services to the students to pay the bill. Well, you know what, gee, we have to get rid of the football team this year because, for all the high schools, because we can't afford to, pay for the equipment or turn the lights on at the stadium or whatever it would be because we got to pay this $100,000 settlement. But we want a football team. Oh, okay. Well, can you donate some money for new uniforms? You pay for it. Let's talk about corporate America and how this goes. Maybe you noticed in the news this week, Burger King is the latest company to get sued because of the size of the Whopper is not the same in the wrapper that you get versus what the picture looks like. The picture looks so much more appetizing than what you actually get. And so Burger King gets this year's term because McDonald's and Taco Bell and everybody else have all had their turn at this to get sued for this. Now, let's think about what a company is going to do. Burger King sells 2.1 billion Whoppers a year. Let's hypothetically say that this goes to court, it's a class action lawsuit, so you'll probably get one of those little things in the mail. Have you ever eaten at Burger King? And you'll send it in, and you'll get that check back 2 years from now for, $2.12. That was your part of the class action settlement. Except, of course, Burger King goes, well, we have to pay $1 billion settlement on the Whopper. We sell 2.1 billion Whoppers a year, so you know what? We'll just raise the price of a Whopper 50 cents, and that'll pay the settlement. And you go, I got my $2.12, but I ate 6 Whoppers in the last 2 years. I paid $3 to get that $2.12. That's what's going on, okay? Every time you see a story about a company getting sued, or a city getting sued, or a school district getting sued, or the government getting sued, don't think it's good for them. Cops getting sued. Oh, it was a bad shooting, and so we're gonna sue the city of Minneapolis for it. Oh, and he got a $14 million settlement for wrongful death, and you and I pay for it. Okay, if you live in Minneapolis, your taxes just went up to pay that settlement. Remember, okay, the government does not make any money. They don't earn anything. They take it. Barack Obama, the difference of makers and takers. The government is a bunch of takers. They certainly aren't makers. Okay. Again, nothing the government touches ever makes money. I told you that the other day. So where's the uproar? Why aren't the people... We scream about paying taxes, but we don't know where our taxes go. Oh, that's so right, that family got paid $14 million. If they sent a bill to everybody's house and said, okay, Mrs. Jones, we have to pay $14 million. There are 1 million people in this city. Each person's contribution has to be $14. You'd pitch a complete fit. Why the hell am I paying this? I wasn't even there, right? But you pay for it voluntarily. Let's take a look at another one, all right? This one maybe you've heard of, maybe you haven't. How about civil asset forfeiture? Okay. You're driving down the street. You just got your paycheck, okay? You cashed your paycheck. Maybe on the way home you stopped at the coin shop and you bought 20 ounces of silver. Let's just say, say $500 worth. Okay. However, or you're one of these people who does not believe in carrying a debit card or a credit card or anything. For some people, that's their choice. Okay, not saying it's a pro or a con. You do what you want to do. And so you've got $1,000 in your pocket, and you get pulled over on the way home. And the cop uses all his little tricks or whatever to get you out of the car and wants to do a search. Sure. Do you have anything on you that might harm me, sir? No. Why was I pulled over? Your turn signal's out, whatever it would be. And so the cop goes through and takes your wallet and realizes you've got $1,000 in your pocket. Where'd this come from, sir? I just got my paycheck. Okay, or I carry cash. I don't believe in credit cards or debit cards or whatever. I'm not so sure about that, sir. We're going to seize these assets under civil asset forfeiture. You're going to have to prove that you've earned them and they're not, you weren't going to sell drugs or you didn't sell a gun. These might be illegally gotten goods. We're going to do a civil asset forfeiture. Think I'm kidding. Okay, $1,000. They're not going to worry about $1,000. The average civil asset forfeiture is $1,300. Okay, that's what the cops take. Say, sorry, sir, you can fight us in court and get your money back. Something like 18% on a national average of people actually ever go to court to get their money back. You can't get a public defender. The burden of proof is on you to prove that the money was legitimate, not the proof on the government that say it was illegitimate. They're guilty until proven innocent. You have to prove that you earned that money. They don't have to prove that you stole it. Okay. So that's something to be very careful about, because we all talk about many times about carrying cash, having cash put back. Okay. What happens if there's a knock on your door and somebody says, hi, I've got a warrant to search the premises? Search what? Search for what? And you know that they have to put what they're searching for. No, we're searching for drugs, okay? We don't find any drugs, there's nothing they can do. We're searching for guns, there's nothing, they don't find any guns, there's nothing they can do. We're searching for illegally gotten goods. Prove it, okay? Remember that story of about a year ago about the privately held safe deposit box out in California, where the government came in and basically seized everything, okay? Because there were, in a couple of safe deposit boxes, illegally gotten goods. There were, I guess, drug dealers or whatever that were using that as a place to store cash. And the feds came in and seized everybody's safe deposit box. And people couldn't get their money back because you have the right to go to court at your own expense. Okay? So who's going to hire an attorney and pay $10,000 for an attorney to get back $1,300? I mean, there's stories where people have sued to get back not only their personal property, but also have the government pay for their legal fees, they get their personal property back. They don't get the legal fees back. They come out negative. This is the thing to prep for. This is one big time reason we all talk about multiple places. Because if something like that happens, you just cashed your paycheck and you're on your way home, okay? And you've got $1,000 in your pocket. Yeah. They're completely within their legal rights to take it from you. And you just contributed to your city budget or the county budget or the state budget. I mean, not a whole lot of federal police running around. I mean, if the FBI pulls you over, you got bigger problems than $1,000. But this is something to really pay attention to, is how is our money being taken from us in a multitude of ways, and we don't do anything about it. I mean, there's a lot of laws that need to change. I mean, I've been a proponent of tort reform, changing the legal system for my entire adult life. The civil or asset forfeiture laws need to be done away with. Okay, that's it. If they want to forfeit them, okay, it should be up to the government to prove that it was illegally gotten goods. They should have a warrant to get it. Hey, you know what? You pull me over and I've got $100,000 in cash in my car. Yeah, good luck. Okay. Cop can hold me right there. Call the DA, say, get a warrant right now. Go get a judge to sign it, and then you got it, okay, to seize that. It shouldn't be the cop's discretion. There are a lot of good cops out there. Even the cops will agree with me. There's a lot of bad cops out there, too. Okay. We all know the stories of quotas. The police departments will always deny it, but we all know it's true. Hey, okay, it's the first of the month or it's the end of the month. We need to come up with another $5,000. So guys, go out there and write a lot more tickets today, right? You know damn well there's also, hey guys, we need to come up with an extra $5,000 if you get a chance. Civil asset forfeiture is on the docket for today when you're pulling people over. I'm just saying, okay? People will probably disagree with me. Always happens. Don't care. Okay. But this is the thing. The government will steal from you any chance they get. Companies will steal from you any chance they get. And when they get caught with their hand in the cookie jar, all they do is steal from you more. You need to figure out a way how to prepare yourself for that. Okay? I mean, I'm not saying go get a bank account in the Cayman Islands or something like that. I mean, that's not realistic for most of us. Okay? But just be careful with what you have, what you carry. It's got to the point now where, the old adage of, if you go to Vegas or something like that, never bet more than you can afford to lose. Kind of goes the same for your wallet. Never put in your wallet more than you can afford to lose. Because getting pickpocketed on the street ain't the only way you're going to lose your money. They'll pickpocket you with the police. They'll pickpocket you with your receipt at dinner. They'll pickpocket you when you walk into Walmart to buy something. Remember, the government is not your friend. Corporations are not your friend. They are both there to do something other than assist you. Just remember that. Pinball out.